You're listening to The Dr. Shoup Show.
Critics love this show.
Let's get back to improving your life with exclusive information and consultation. Here's Dr. Randy Shoup.
Well, you all have been so good about sending in requests, going to the website at ddsradio.com, and this is one of them that I'm seeing come across the internet with more and more frequency, and I get this question fairly regularly at Microscope Dentistry by Shoup, so I thought we'd address it here today and talk about teething, babies that are teething, cutting teeth. What do you do about it? First off, babies cutting teeth and teething is totally normal. Let's all get over the fact that billions of people all through time have had new teeth erupt, come into their mouth, they've been fussy, they've drooled, and we've all survived quite nicely, okay? And so there has not been any great plague of teething that has wiped out half of mankind or anything like that. And so in today's world, in our fix-it-fast society, no child should ever be uncomfortable. Everybody's a winner. My baby just can't ever be or shouldn't ever be fussy. Teething has become a major affliction, and it isn't. Get over it, people. Not every kid is going to be happy 24/7, so just let's leave it alone. And now I'm going to tell you, but I know it is, I have 3 daughters. Trust me, I know teething. I know about how annoying these kids are when they get fussy. And it is indeed a huge pain in the behind for parents, but we have all survived it for millennia. And so I'm going to tell you some good old-fashioned home remedies that actually do work, that you do not have to go out and buy exotic or do strange things in order to help your kid through teething. So here we go. You're listening to the Dr. Randy Shoup Show. I am your host, Dr. Randy Shoup, and I'm going to sometimes tell you things that aren't going to set well and be popular with you, but they're going to be true. So at least we got that started. Here's the thing that is becoming a really big problem. Listen to this. The Food and Drug Administration is warning parents that prescription drugs such as viscous lidocaine are not safe for treating teething in infants or young children, and that they, in certain cases, can actually do harm to children. Benzocaine products for children younger than 2 years of age, only under the most unique and bizarre circumstances, supervised by a pediatrician or by a dentist. Like viscous lidocaine, local anesthetics, you can find these things in over-the-counter products. They're called Ambisol, they're called Hurricane, or a gel, baby Oragel, or a base, okay? They're all these benzocaine gels. Here's the problem. Particularly for children under the age of 2, you give them these compounds, these benzocaines, it can actually be fatal for these children. It's a condition called methylglobulinemia. I know it's a mouthful. It's hard to say. methylglobulinemia. It's hard to say, but here's what it does. It changes the red blood cells so that they can't carry enough oxygen to the body. We really don't understand why it does it, but we know it does it. It creates this condition. So if you're irritated that your kid is teething and fussy, and you don't want them to be fussy, you don't want them to hurt, and you don't want them to bug the heck out of you, you go to the store and you buy all these numbing creams because it makes sense. Let's numb up their gums and then they'll feel fine. But the problem is that particularly if the children are under the age of 2, we have no way of predicting who's going to get this methylglobulinemia problem. And so you give your kids this, running high risks on something that really requires no medical intervention whatsoever. So let's look at some things that don't require benzocaines for you to slather on and rub onto their gums. You're listening to the Dr. Randy Shoup Show. I am your host, Dr. Randy Shoup, and we're talking about teething, and I'm telling you right here and now, do not put any of the numbing agents on your kids' gums anymore. Now, there's a whole lot of you sitting out there going, I've used that stuff on my kids forever and they're just fine. Well, lucky for you, that's dandy. But there are a whole bunch of kids that aren't going to be fine because everybody is starting to slather this stuff on their kids' gums. So what do you do instead? Home remedies, here they come. This stuff actually really works. Number one, ice in a baby bottle. You take a regular baby bottle, you pour water in it, and you screw the cap on so that the nipple's there. You put it in the freezer upside down so the water is down towards the nipple end of it. You let it freeze. You then take it out of the freezer, let it warm for just a minute or two, and if the kid's fussy, give him the bottle. He will chew on the nipple with the frozen water. As the water melts, he'll drink the water, but cold is one of the best ways of numbing up a kid's gums completely safely. As the water melts, it's cold water. It bathes over their gums. It gives them a drink. It does all kinds of cool stuff. So a frozen baby bottle in the fridge, let it warm up just a little bit so it's not cold to their hands, and let them have it and let them just chew on it. That's number one. Number two, get yourself a good, any kind of a firmer sort of a biscuit, okay? And there are shortbreads are perfect for it. It offers a little bit of resistance, okay, but it will yield once the kids gum it really good. It tastes good, and it exercises and works their gums. So give them, people call them teething biscuits. They're hard, and so as they drool and their saliva softens it up, they're unsweetened. Don't get anything with a whole bunch of sugar. Don't give them a sugar cookie or don't go to Starbucks and buy the extra large chocolate chip and throw it at Junior and go, here, grind on this for a while. You don't want to do that. It needs to be more cracker-like, something designed for gnawing, okay? So that's number two. Number three, simply get a dishcloth or a washcloth, wet it with cold water, and let them chew on the edge of the washcloth. It works like a charm. It has a nice feel to it. They'll chew on it with their little, gums and just have a good time, and it actually works. Keep a big spoon in the refrigerator. Keep a great big, like a big tablespoon, not a little teaspoon, big tablespoon in the refrigerator. Keep 2 or 3 of them in there and keep them cold. And when a little Junior starts to get fussy about teething and that sort of thing, hand them the spoon. When you hand them the spoon out of the fridge, the first thing they're going to do is put it in their mouth. It's cold. It's going to numb up their gums, and it works like an absolute charm. You're listening to the Dr. Randy Shoup Show. I am your host. I'm giving you these wonderful home remedies to help you with suppressing down the problems associated with teething that do not require you to slather up your kid with a bunch of benzocaine, which could give them some really, really serious health problems. We used to keep applesauce in the fridge. Applesauce was great. They loved applesauce, and so you get really cold applesauce. Let them have applesauce, and it works like a charm. They love it. The other thing that my kids liked, and it worked really well, bagels. Get yourself a plain bagel and cut it in two and give them the bottom part. Give them the skinny part. Put the bagel in the fridge, cool the bagel down, and it's got the right texture, it's got the right consistency, it's the right size, it's absorbent like a sponge, so as they drool like a beast, the bagel absorbs it, and then they'll break off little pieces of the bagel and they'll eat it. It's perfectly fine. And so, here's the thing about it. Think about all the children that went through teething before there was refrigeration. Okay? Refrigeration really is an amazing thing, but here's all these moms that had nothing in their armamentarium besides this kid that's just going absolutely nuts. And then here's one that works. It doesn't seem like it should work, but this thing works. Go to the grocery store and buy full honest to gosh, Bugs Bunny size carrots. All right. Got the green stuff on the end of it, not the little baby ones in the package. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm a full size, giant, honking carrot. Peel the carrot and put it in the fridge. When the kid gets fussy about teething, hand him the carrot. He will put a set of ears on him, put some big old feet on him, and hand him this carrot. It'll make great photos. He'll look like Bugs Bunny. You can do this all over the internet, but my kids used to chew the dickens out of a giant carrot. They liked it. It's good for them. It was cold, and it worked like an absolute charm. The other thing parents should do is that before teething ever starts, before you can even see teeth coming through, parents should get into a routine of either with just your finger, or if you want to put a little cloth on your finger, that's dandy. But you should massage and rub a baby's gums on a daily basis as part of the normal care. No toothpaste, no nothing. It's just massaging. The more you massage and keep that tissue healthy and keep that tissue robust, the better off these kids will get through teething. So there is everything you need to know so that you don't have to use drugs and medication to get your child through teething.
You're listening to the Dr. Shoup Show. Exclusive insider info, audio, and video is online now at ddsradio.com.